Hi everybody and welcome to this Grace Note. Today I am talking about just be ordinary, and this will speak especially to those of you that are striving right now, those of you that feel you need to learn more, you need to know more, you need to read more, you need to be more. And I really want to share this quite radical and simple concept of just being ordinary. And I'll share a little bit about why and what I mean by that. For a long time in my own business growth and development, I really thought that I didn't know enough. And I spent a lot of money and a lot of time on mastering the latest things, perhaps the latest techniques, perhaps the latest direction, whatever it was. I always thought I needed to know more. And over time, my life became more about focusing and working and looking at my computer and my business, and less about enjoying life. And that's when I woke up. I woke up and I realized that I had left my job to set up a business on my own that was going to give me freedom and going to give me enjoyment. And yet I was finding myself almost feeling like to be better, I had to do better, I had to earn more, I had to succeed more. And frankly, it started feeling like a job again. There was something about not enjoying the day-to-day life, to the point that if I was washing dishes, I was getting frustrated because I thought that's a task I shouldn't be doing. I should be over here looking at my business and doing that instead. And this sort of living created a lot of tension and friction and discomfort and a real lack of gratitude, like a real sense of, not enough. And so I was very fortunate to listen to a recording by Sidney Banks, who was the originator of the Three Principles, and also he's an enlightened Scottish welder, a very ordinary man with a very simple education, who had this huge experience of just seeing truth one day. And he was talking about just being ordinary. And as I was listening to those words, it struck me the power in that. It struck me that, yeah, wow, whoa, we don't have to try and be someone else. We don't have to be focusing all the time on learning more and reading more and mastering more. In fact, quite often what I have seen is that that path is just a mask for insecurity. That we get really wound up and insecure about achieving something, that actually we just go completely outside of ourselves and start engaging with all sorts of directions that we think are going to save us. And it's innocent, I was on that path myself for quite some time. It's very innocent when we get lost in insecure thinking about ourselves and who we need to be in order to succeed. And as well as that, when we see other people being role models of success and they're doing the same thing, they're chasing that sort of light, that illusion, if you like, then we think, oh, that's what you're meant to do. Oh, this is what's going to save me. Well, I'm sharing today that actually just being ordinary is okay. And actually just being ordinary is somewhat translatable as just be yourself. And as we be more of ourselves, as we spend less time searching for answers and focusing on problems, and we spend more time in our true nature, know the wisdom within us, the very energy that turns acorns into oak trees and embryos into babies, is working through us to get us to where we want to go. And that wisdom might lead you on a path of mastering things. But very often, what I have seen is that wisdom tends more to be interested in you going within again And it's not to say that it won't guide you like it did for me to work with someone else and to engage in a new direction. Or, you know, one of the greatest things wisdom led to, in my life was the opportunity to meet someone who would help me transform my business and experience a much easier way of doing life. You know, that was huge. So I'm not saying that wisdom is inactive. In fact, it's very proactive. But what I'm saying is that, you know, in just being ordinary, in dropping this need to become someone else in the process of creating what you want, in actually just doing your dishes and enjoying doing your dishes in the moment, in actually just taking joy from the simple things as opposed to striving to the next thing, what you'll find is something extraordinary occurs. An enjoyment of life, a clarity on direction, and an insight, a knowing on what's next. And as we operate from that place more and more, as we operate from that true grace, from that natural state of being, we find a lot of the tension falls away. A lot of the striving falls away. And as that falls away, the emergence of something much more powerful and so much more attractive to your audience, to the world at large, to your partner, starts to come through. And I call that sort of, you know, our true nature. You know, that's the language I resonate with. You might call it something else. But my message to you in this grace note today and for this week is to sort of be less full of bullshit today than you were yesterday, and just be ordinary and see where that takes you, and be in the moment of gratitude for whatever you're doing, however simple it is. And know that continuously looking at the problem does not create the solution. Continuously working on your business, learning more stuff about how to do business does not create the great business. The peace within you, the part of you that knows the way, is the bit that has the most power in creating momentum. So I don't know what you're hearing in this today, but I'd love to have your comments. Feel free to comment below. If you'd like to explore this further with me, you can email me on grace@citygirlconfidence.com. And I love hearing from you. So please feel free to get in touch or to comment below. And I'll be back with you really soon with another Grace Note. Thank you. Ciao.